Right, so here we are again, back on the MG, and welcome to my very dusty engine bay. What I'm planning on doing is stripping as much stuff out of here as I can, bar the engine, so that I can give it a bit of a paint job under the bonnet. But I don't want to remove the engine. It's fairly clean. I know it's dusty, but yeah, so we're going to remove the heater box and the carbs, alternator, radiator, as much of the wiring loom as we can. I need to change some of the brake pipes anyway, because these are just, you can't really see, but they're just copper pipes rather than the nickel copper pipes, which isn't ideal because they can fracture. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and get this all stripped out a bit to a point where I can clean it all up and give it a coat of paint. Right, so I'm going to remove the radiator, but I'm going to remove it with a oil cooler and everything, all this panel. So it appears there's like 3, 4, so it's 8, 9, plus 10 bolts there, then 4 in the oil cooler, and undo the oil cooler pipes down there. Then this entire thing should just lift out, hopefully. Alright, so that's a big old chunk of that removed out of there now. We've already got a little bit more space. At least this is all clear now. Obviously we need to clean it up massively, but yeah, onwards and upwards. Yeah, just remove the whole thing as a unit. Leaking all over my floor, but I'm not too worried about it. Keep the dust down a bit. Yeah, right. Don't know what's next. Either carbs or heater box. Heater box, carbs, heater box. I believe there's a heater box cable up under here somewhere, so we've got to find where that is. I can't even see it in a minute. I guess that's the cable. Yeah, I guess it's this cable here I've got to disconnect. Goes up in there somewhere, so we'll find the end of that, disconnect that, and then get the heater box out. Right, so I went off on a bit of a tangent then, because I was going to take that heater box out, but ended up, I took the clutch and brake master cylinder out, which there was a bolt missing over that side, but I don't think it makes that much difference. But obviously it will be going back in when I put it back together. You'll see there's a bit of surface rust down there, but no rot, so that's all good. So that's down on my little pile now. So I've got loads of bits and pieces here now, which are going to have to be refurbed as well before they go back in. But yeah, like I say, I'm not going to film all of this because it's not very interesting. Most of it's all been done 100 times before as well, so I'll just keep you up to date with where I am and we'll go from there. Right, so I've removed the heater box. I think that's all I've removed since the last little clip. Well, I am thinking now, even though I didn't want to do it, I think I might pull the engine, because otherwise I'm going to end up missing loads of bits of paint. I know you won't see it anyway, but I don't know if I'm going to go this far. I would ask your opinion, but by the time I've posted this, I'll probably have already done it. So I'm going to whip the alternator off, whip the carbs off, and then I'm going to decide what to do. But I think I might pull it out, because then I can give the cross member a clean up and a paint up as well, because otherwise that's going to still look all grubby. I know I could do some of it in situ anyway, but I think that's what we're going to do. As always, these things grows arms and legs, and we're going to do it, might as well do it right. Right, so it's definitely coming out. I've pulled the starter motor out, which I had to pull the dizzy out to get that out. What a stupid idea that is. But there you go. We got that out. So we've got the bell housing bolts, the engine mounting bolts, and then we're going to pull it out. I've left the carburetor. I'll just remove the air filters. I'll pull it out with the carburetor still on it, because they're not going to be in the way. So it'll be absolutely fine. What else I've done? Pulled the wiring loom through. And that's all tucked down in there now, all the engine bay wiring loom. So that'll all be out of the way when I do get as far as painting. So I'll get the engine out, and then I can get the last few bits out from under the engine bay, and I can start prepping it. Yeah, do you ever sometimes wish you never started doing something? But it's got to be done. This has all been painted. You're probably not really going to be able to see, but it's been painted. Well, actually, you can see there. It's all been painted in Amorite under here. Someone spent a lot of time to make it look terrible, but there you go. Each to their own and all that lot. So it didn't even take the plates off, just painted over them. Zero down there. So I've got a big old pile of bits I've took out now. See, I took so much off anyway that it's not much more work to get the engine out anyway, and it'll give me more room to work, make a better job of it. Everything's all unbolted now. All the bell housing bolts are out. Engine mounting bolts are out. I undone them all on this side. The other side's a bit more awkward because you can't get that nut off. It's hard to see from that angle, but you can't get the nut off that bottom one. But all of the ones on the car, yeah, all the ones on the body are all out. So when that lifts up, that should just lift up and out anyway. But obviously I'm not removing the gearbox, hence why I've undone the bell housing bolts. I don't want to start messing about taking all that out as well. This is purely to paint the engine bay. So I'm going to get the hoist, and then I'll set the camera up and film that. Right, I'm all set up now. I've got it set on them 2 top bolts, which is how I used to do it with the Mini, so hopefully it's alright. Bust me glasses, so I'm only one arm bandit look at the minute. But we'll keep them on so we can see what we're doing. Right, let's take her up and see what happens. Might need to adjust it a bit, or we might not. Ideally, you could do with 2 people to do this. I might stick the jack under the gearbox just to take the weight in a little bit, so we don't get too much pressure on the clutch. But it has already started to separate, so. Right, front pulleys on the rack now as well, so get that up there a little bit. exhaust is free. It should come in. Like I said, it'd be much easier with two of you. All this just paint it under there. Oh, we hooked on something. We're good. Let's just hope we got enough height. It should be. That's it. That's that job done that I always said I wasn't going to do. Hey ho. Touched under that old. A bit of get paid there though, but I say it ain't that old, it's probably still 20 years old. Anyway, I'm gonna let that down onto a trolley, and then that's probably going to be about it. I think it's worth doing, and give the engine a good clean up as well, and changing the oil seals and stuff while it's out. Yeah, happy days. Right, so I'm going to call it here on this video now. Yeah, I've got it all pretty much stripped out now. All the brake lines are out. Took photos and stuff just to remind me where everything goes. But even though it's an absolute pain that someone's painted it all in Amorite, what I must say is that it's not very greasy under it, so it should make it a little bit easier. Just a fair bit of stripping back, and I think we'll remove these tags. I think we drill the rivets. We'll drill the rivets out, and then we'll fit them after, so it's all painted underneath them as well, rather than just masking them up. I know the rivets won't be original, but they're probably not original rivets anyway. But yeah, so I'm going to call that it, and thanks for watching, and until next time, see you later.